Hi you guys, Stephanie here. Welcome back to my channel, Coffee Paper Scissors. I have some things ready for us to try and put together, and it's been pretty good trying to figure this out today. I had several suggestions from you guys. Thank you so much for Etsy digitals, and I'm not sure that I actually picked exactly any of the ones that you guys suggested, but the ones you suggested, when I went and looked, you know how they suggest other ones, and so I wouldn't have found them if you guys hadn't pointed me in the right direction. And I might have actually chosen one of them. I'm not sure because I looked at hundreds. I'm sure of it. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. You know, I had been trying to do things, including my figuring things out in the videos with you, and I guess I can't work that way. So I have things prepared, but not done completely. So there will be some thinking involved. The first one I would like to do, now this is one of the ones that I did choose to print out today, and I don't remember the name of the Etsy shop, but I can link them. Hopefully I will remember to do that. And I don't remember if this is one that was suggested to me or not. But what I was thinking to do, I know it's supposed to be this way, but I'm thinking that I want this to be a pocket on this page, and I'm going to cut it like that. And then, you know, then it won't be upside down, you know, like the Christmas balls here, the ornaments won't be upside down. Well, that one will be, but you know, it's okay. I like it, and I want to cover this up. So I am thinking we're going to start and do it like this. I'm not going to include this one. And we're just going to do some fussy cutting. I'm going to stand up and make sure I'm videoing. I don't know, had a weird feeling for a minute that I wasn't, but I am. And we're just going to kind of, you know, go along. I probably have some shadows today. I'm working at a later part of the day, so I had to turn a lamp on. So hopefully it's not interrupting the picture too much. Since I haven't done too many Etsy shop purchases, I am still trying to figure out, when I do buy them, how to store them at, you know, the downloads and where they go. So I'm like, oh my goodness, it's so stressful. That's part of the reason why I hadn't done it yet. And I had been looking, but I hadn't made any decisions yet, because it's not easy to figure out where they are once you download them, and then how to save them. My husband showed me those, so I gotta figure it out until the next time, because I will forget. I remember some things very well, but other things I choose to forget. And that's one of those things. If I purchase more, then, you know, I'll get better at it. But let's see, I might like to cut around this poinsettia a little bit more, because it's really pretty and I want to highlight the fact that it's there. So we're just going to come back around that. And then there's just a line there. We'll follow it. All right, I think that's pretty. And I think we'll, I'm not sure if I want to ink around it. Let me see here. I'm just going to take a little, I mean, either way I think is fine. I'll ink it just because I don't know. So we'll do it. Okay, I like that. So we'll go ahead and glue that down. I'm going to go all the way to the edge on it so I can firm up that edge. This isn't a real heavy paper that I'm gluing this to, and so I'm thinking maybe that'll just make it a little stronger for turning the page. And I was thinking for the tag coming out of it, I was thinking about doing this, but maybe it's too similar. I have a couple things that I've printed off. Let's see. Actually, this might be really pretty. A couple of them. Let's see here. So you see, I think I mentioned in the last video that I was trying to avoid any color, but I can't. I cannot do it. I looked and looked and looked, and everything that, you know, didn't have, that I could find that was, you know, like free images or something like that, it all, I used it all. There's no more. Anywhere on the internet, I checked. I used every image, free one. So we're adding a little bit of color here and there, but you know, the idea is still the same. You know, they're wearing white, so I think it's good. So we'll do that, but I want to back it. And I do have some scraps here from something else. Let's see. I'm wondering if I want to, no, I think we will just do it like this. Trying to figure out where I cut it the last time. Maybe I'll give it a little bit more. I hope I'm not talking too quietly. I'm kind of talking to myself while doing it. I'm sure I've showed you guys before. I don't really measure. I just mark with a pencil. I'm sure most of you guys do the same thing. My cutting edge is starting to get dull. It happens really quick. I find I make maybe a journal or two and then it's dull again. I know that people have said you can use things to sharpen them. And I've tried, but it hasn't really worked for me. So I know there's not much color that'll show here, but we'll just get the white edge off for the most part. And then we'll do a little bit more on this. And we'll get both sides of it. Yep, that looks pretty. Shadow is making it so that I can't see my glue line. I think, let me see what happens. Oh yeah, it's really, really dark that way. I don't know. cute little girls. Okay, so there's that one. On this one, okay, this is one of the pages that I found and printed it, and I cut it out and sewed it onto this thinner piece. And then I want to make a pocket out of some of this. And this image came from the same kit as that first one we just cut up and made a pocket out of. Let's see here. I want to do one that is going to work with, I think, this tag. So needs to be I just really want it to fit is the thing. Pencil. We'll just go to the edge. Now I sewed around this. Since it was so thin, I didn't want to put a pocket on it. So now it's much sturdier, so I can go ahead and put a pocket on it and not worry about it tearing. I don't think. I think it'll be just fine. Get that pencil line lined up. And then I wanted it to be a flippy one. It didn't exactly fold all the way straight. I'll just do that, and then I will cut that off. Just on the other side of that pencil mark. I have a little bit of a mess here, you guys. I'm working on top of my mess. Well, I haven't done anything different from, yesterday. I haven't left the house today. I did take a shower, so that's good. But otherwise, I have just been sitting in here doing this. And that, to me, is a very good Saturday. I'm sure it is to a lot of you as well. I'm going to go ahead and bend that to give it just a little color. I'm about to run out of my white cardstock. I've been using so much of it, but I think I have enough to finish this. I believe I do. I've got a belly band underneath that's rounding my page. A little bit off, just a little bit. I'm thinking I might make a writing board to go with this because there's quite a bit of bump in there. Have you guys ever made a writing board to go with your journals before? I think it'll be a good idea on this one. Okay, now let's go ahead and cut this one out. These, almost everything that I have found have come from the Graphics Fairy free printables. I left just a little bit of a white line down here at the bottom. We'll trim that just a little bit. Sorry. And then just a little bit of an edge, I think. We had a pretty cold day here this morning. I mean, you know, so I'm told since I didn't leave the house, but my husband went out early this morning and I think he came back in saying how cold it was. I believe what he said was 22 degrees, or it might have been 29, but I feel like he said 22. So that's pretty cold. Good reason to stay in. Oopsie. So there's that. I like that. This is presented to and by. So there's that page. And then I wanted to do a side pocket on this page. And we will go, I think, right around here. I did several things, I did complete several things before doing this video. So I've got some things completed that I can show you guys. If the video is short, if I'm doing this for quite a while, if it ends up taking me longer than expected, then I will just show another time. But I did do more than just this today. Prepping wise, I mean. See if I can kind of find the middle-ish. My sister was planning on taking a trip to Las Vegas for the Thanksgiving weekend. Her and her husband both work for the schools. He's a teacher and she is, I think it's called a para-pro is what her school district calls it. And they took time off and everything like that. So they were going to be driving. I'm pretty sure that it takes like a day and a half or 2 days, something like that, to go from here to Vegas. And they were going to be gone for the week. Well, she sent me a message this morning saying that it was a no-go, and I figured it was going to be because of shutdowns or something like that. No, apparently they hit, you know how semi-trucks lose their tires, you know, they peel off because they're old and stuff. I'm not sure how it caused quite as much damage as it did. Maybe it was more than just the rubber. I have no idea, but it must have been dark when they got started this morning. And they got about 20 minutes from home and they hit one of those tires in the highway. Look, I have a dry baby wipes. It was suggested to me, and I said I am gonna go and pull some out right now so that they are ready and waiting for me to use them when I need them. And look, I did it. Thank you. Anyway, they hit this thing in the road, the semi tire, and it destroyed their vehicle's, I guess, radiator. She sent me pictures, and it is not good. There was, I don't know, antifreeze. It was red. I'm not sure which fluid that is on a vehicle that is red, but red liquid red juices were coming out of the vehicle. Just totally crunched in. So sad. He has a really, really pretty Mustang. He loves his car, and he's wondering if it's so bad that it's going to be totaled. Very, very upsetting. So no trip and no vehicle. I mean, of course my sister has a vehicle, but they usually drive his around when they're doing anything together because, you know, it's pretty and he likes to drive it. So upsetting. But she said, you know, that's just God's way of telling us we didn't need to be going down there for whatever the reason. And, you know, that may be the case. I don't know, but not a fun way to start your day. And I said, were you able to drive it home? You know, it was before she had shown me a picture of it. And she said no, and I was like, well, how did you get home? And I guess they had it towed directly home. And the tow truck driver gave them a ride. So that's what happened. Not good at all. I'm going to give this just a tiny bit of a cut end, just so it's not a straight across cut. And I'm going to go ahead and attach it. I think I'll use this glue. Oopsie. There's my dry baby wipe. How convenient. It gets all stuck together though, so. Okay, and then I wanted to put a little of this on top, and I can make it have a little bit of a we'll try and give it a little bit of an edge too, so it matches. I don't know how well it's going to work for this, but we can try. We'll just do a little bit. I think it's fine. And we'll put this down with Fabri-Tac. These both look the same on either side, so I think it's fine whichever way I do it. So I don't know how these are showing up to you, the white and the gold layering, but in person it looks nice. So I'm hoping that it shows up on camera the way it's looking to me. And I know that the light hits the gold and it makes it kind of hard to focus your eye on. So I'm just hoping that it's showing up to you the way I see it, because I think it looks great. And I was thinking there was a bit that I cut off. Let's see, I think it's here. Thinking to outline it maybe with this, yeah. I think that'll be good. Maybe I'll ink around it first. Oopsie. There we go. Things are caving in all around me. It's a happy mess, you know? It could be worse. It could be dirty dishes and laundry, and that wouldn't be a fun mess at all. So this isn't bad at all. I think I'm gonna do right in there. I might come back at some point and add something up here, but maybe not. I don't know. And I'm just gonna put right kind of in the center. I'm sure that'll be plenty. I know that's not quite centered in the... I didn't get this totally centered. I centered it kind of here instead of here. So now it makes this off just a little bit, but I think it's fine. And so they are, I can do the bird has tulip soap, it says. Or I could do these little kids that are walking. I think I like the tulip soap. It pulls the gold out. Just a tiny bit up here. So you see how it's the image printed thin on one side or two sides and then thicker down. I'm gonna cut that so that it's even kind of all the way around. I don't like that uneven look. I would have liked it to have the thicker part all the way around, but not an option, so that's okay. It's probably a good one for like to put 2 in, I think. Just getting the edges there, I think. And then I'll get a little further in on the back side. I know I've used this before in another journal. I don't believe I've used it in this one. So I feel like this pocket could use 2 tags or journaling cards. I am really liking the way it's turning out. It's going to be rather thick. I have most everything in the first signature, and it looks maybe a little like I overdid it. But I think partly is because the belly bands and things like that, they take up those lace ones, you know, that we made. They take up quite a bit of space, so I'm not sure, but that might be what's causing the problem. This is, I believe, where was this all? I believe it goes like that. Okay. I made a couple of things to put on here, I'm thinking. Which was the front? I think this is the front. No, I think this is the front. And we're going to hot glue because that's pretty fast. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I think I'm going to start it like this. Just kind of get it where I want it. I'm hoping I get it where I want it. Up just a little if I can. Too late? No, that's okay. I'll just kind of squish it up a little. And then I'll just continue on in a kind of a straight line. So I put stuff on the first signature, a similar, not this, it was a fabric. And I didn't want all of them to have the same fabric, lace, fabric, you know, and so this is the center signature. So I'm using something a little different. Same idea. first signature has this fabric. And then I did a lace. Let's see, a couple pages in. I believe it was on this. So I think I want to follow that. And this also makes it pretty thick. But it's pretty, so we must do it. Okay, and then I did on this page, and I'm hoping it's going to work out okay for us. If not, I could probably do this page. Since this already has a lot, let's see, where is it? In my drawer. I mean, yeah, it's this. Since I already have quite a bit here, and this is a place we can put a tag, I'm thinking that I'm going to go on this side. And hopefully I have just enough to do one more in the third signature. Because this is the end of this particular lace. Very pretty, I think. And then the other side of this we'll do with the white lace again. My son had to work again today, a full day. He went in at 8 o'clock this morning and he works until 5, so he should be getting off real soon. It'll be interesting to see how his second day went. And he has to work tomorrow. It's a whole new world. I'm sure it's quite overwhelming. I remember I haven't worked outside of the home for quite a while. But, you know, when I was in college, I worked, and I worked, you know, when I was first married. But then after we had kids, I wanted to stay home. I was a substitute teacher for a little while. I got my degree in elementary education. And I moved around a bit when I was first married. And so it was really hard to get a job teaching when I knew I could be leaving the district at any point during the year. And due to my husband's work, we moved quite a bit. And so I couldn't commit and say, yes, I will be here and able to teach for a full school year. So I couldn't apply for jobs and, you know, and say that. So I didn't, and I subbed. And then I started working in offices because, you know, subbing is hit and miss. And I needed a regular paycheck. So I did the office job kind of thing for a while, and then we had kids. And I did, once the kids were older, I might have told you guys this before, but once the kids were older and I kind of started getting bored at home. I wasn't doing this sort of thing at the time. I liked crafting all the time, but, you know, I couldn't think of something to do to keep me busy. And I thought, well, I guess I could try subbing again, and if I like it, you know, maybe I can get a teaching job out here where we live. And so I did that for a while, and teaching is, I guess all jobs are political, but it is just as much so. It was like, you know, when I went into it originally, I was going into it because I thought it would be what a joy to teach children and watch them learn and that sort of thing. It's not how it worked for me anyway. My sister's a teacher and she absolutely loves it, but it wasn't for me. So this is the first signature with its things, and so see how the next signature kind of has a different look to it. And then the third signature, I will repeat this, but look at how big that is getting. And I've got another signature to go. This is going to be a giant book, but I do believe it will be beautiful. I will love it. So anyway, that's what I have for you today. Thank you for watching. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, please give me a thumbs up. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day or evening. I will talk to you soon. Bye.